Okay, guys, been a while since I've made a video, but wanted to make a real short one. Um, the last 2 days, on Saturday and on Friday, I encountered two women, uh, and I'll start with the one on Friday. I stopped at a little convenience store, uh, and my receipt for what I purchased, which was a Coke and a candy bar, totaled $3.25. Well, I go get in the truck, and the odometer, when I crank up the truck, the odometer had the last three digits was 325. That's also the last three digits of the tag number on the pickup truck. So, just to be able to get proof of, um, so I could show in pictures this 325, I look, or I go back into the store and get the receipt because she didn't give me a receipt to start with. And I tell her, and she was like, "Oh, that's odd." So I start telling her about the 108 story of how God confirmed to me that Michelle is supposed to be my wife. That led me to Mark 10:8, that I still haven't put on video of all that happened that day. And I will. I just haven't had a chance. There's just been a lot going on lately. But anyway, Mark 10:8 says, "And two are united into one." They're no longer two, but one. So I told her that, and what I showed her, and how God spoke to me that day before I married Michelle. She's like, "I don't believe in superstitions like that." And I went, "Superstition? You don't believe that you believe that's just a coincidence and stuff?" And she basically ended up telling me she just don't believe in the Bible. It's full of contradictions and so forth. So I just left. There was no use in arguing with someone that wasn't going to change their mind. Well, Michelle and I went and ate at a place last night, and when we were waiting to be seated, we started chatting with an older couple that was waiting to be seated as well. And um, they ended up being seated across from us uh, whenever we were um, uh, eating dinner. Well, after they got up and we were already finished as well, we were just sitting there talking to our server for a minute. And when they got up, the husband said something about his wife, and they had been married 26 years and so forth. So I showed him some what happened on mine and Michelle's wedding day about the 108, because at the very time that he was talking about this, there was a 108 on my phone. So I knew God was saying, "Do this." Okay, so I get finished showing that to them, and he's like, "Oh wow." But she says, "Huh, that's an interesting um, coincidence about the 108." And when I read the verse to her, she was like totally lost on what that verse meant. She had no idea what Mark 10:8 was about, which is about, being married. Well, today I'm sitting here reading my devotionals, and I've got one that's called, I'll turn it around, called Men of the Bible by James Stuart Bell. So look at what today's title is. June the 20th, 2 are better than 1. So I just find that very interesting that after 2 days of basically being persecuted in to people that I show the 108 to, and what God did amazingly on Michelle and I's wedding day before I ever married her. And then God is saying 2 are better than 1 in this devotional on the 3rd day, or 2 days. Friday would be 1 day, Saturday the next day, and today's Sunday, the 20th of June 2021. So I just find that very interesting, intriguing, or whatever you want to call it. So I guess that's all I want to share, but it's just interesting how Satan tries to defeat you and keep you from focusing on what sorry for the camera work there, keep you from focusing on what you're supposed to be doing for him, and try to distract you. Guys, just don't let Satan distract you, because he's going to come at you on the vulnerable things of your life, whether it may be a relationship or money or children or your house or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. Job, it could be anything. So don't get distracted on those superficial things of life. And I don't mean that family is superficial. I'm just saying the most important thing is Jesus Christ and God. So that's all I got.